The ground shook so hard that Captain Hyon thought it was an earthquake. He was drinking coffee in his small cabin when the whole mountain seemed to move. Coffee spilled everywhere. Outside, his rescue team was shouting and pointing at the sky. Hyon ran outside and looked up. A huge ball of fire was falling from the clouds. It was bigger than any airplane he had ever seen. Much bigger. The thing was glowing white-hot and leaving a thick trail of smoke behind it. It crashed into the mountain, with a sound like thunder that went on for 10 minutes. "What was that?" asked Minho, the youngest member of the rescue team. He was only 22 but could fix anything with an engine. "I don't know," Hyon said, "but we need to check it out. Get the trucks ready." The crash site was 15 kilometers away through rough mountain roads. It took them 2 hours to get there. When they arrived, Hyon could not believe what he saw. A massive ship had carved a deep trench through 3 hills. The ship was 2 kilometers long and made of some kind of metal that looked like silver, mixed with blue. Parts of it were still glowing red from the heat of entry. "This is not human," said Dr. Nari, who had come with them. She was a scientist who studied old things. But this was not old. This was something that had never been on Earth before. Steam was rising from the crashed ship. Strange lights blinked along its hull. Some sections were broken open, showing complex machinery inside. Hyon had been a fighter pilot for 10 years before becoming a rescue captain. He knew what human aircraft looked like. This was not one of them. "Are there survivors?" Minho asked. Before anyone could answer, a section of the ship opened like a flower. 3 figures came out. They were tall, maybe 3 meters high, with gray skin and 4 arms. Their heads were larger than human heads, and they had no hair. They wore suits that looked like liquid metal. The aliens saw the humans and started talking in sounds that were like music mixed with static. One of them pointed a device at Hyon's team. The device made a beeping sound. Then the alien spoke in perfect Korean. "Primitive mammals. This planet is catalog number 4847. No advanced civilization detected." "We are advanced," Hyon said carefully. "We can help you." The alien made a sound that might have been laughter. "You use chemical rockets to barely reach your own moon. We travel between stars. You are not advanced." More aliens came out of the ship. Some were injured. Green liquid that was probably blood dripped from cuts in their suits. They moved slowly, like they were very tired. "Captain Veltek," one alien said to another, "the main drive is destroyed. Navigation is broken. Life support has many failures." The Captain Alien looked at his damaged ship, then at the humans. "How long to repair?" "With our tools, maybe 50 rotations. With local resources, maybe never." "Too long. The Council expects our report in 20 rotations. We will take the data cores and leave this wreck. Signal for pickup." Dr. Nari stepped forward. "Wait, we might be able to help. We have good metal, workers and engineers." Captain Veltek looked at her like she was an interesting insect. "Your species has not even learned to make proper alloys. Your computers are slower than our emergency systems. You would be more likely to damage the ship. Then fix it." "But we learn fast," Nari insisted. "Perhaps. But we do not have time to teach primitives. Take what is valuable. Leave the rest." The captain turned to his crew. "Set the data cores to erase in 1 rotation. We do not want these mammals playing with technology they cannot understand." For the next 6 hours, Hyon and his team watched the aliens remove equipment from their ship. They took out glowing cubes, strange weapons, and devices that hummed with power. The aliens worked quickly but carefully. They treated each item like it was very important. "Why are they leaving so much behind?" Minho whispered. "They think we are too stupid to use it," Hyon whispered back. The rescue ship arrived as the sun was setting. It was smaller than the crashed ship, but still huge by human standards. It appeared in the sky without any sound, like it had just stepped out of empty space. The aliens loaded their rescued equipment onto the rescue ship. Captain Veltek walked over to Hyon one last time. "Primitive mammal, We suggest you stay away from our vessel. Some systems may still have power. Your kind could be hurt. What will happen to your ship? Hyon asked. Nothing. It will sit here until your star dies. By then, your species might have learned to make fire properly. The alien captain made that laughing sound again. Perhaps in a few thousand rotations, you will invent the wheel. The rescue ship lifted off silently and disappeared into the night sky. Hyon and his team were left alone with the massive alien wreck. "Sir," said Minho, "they left a lot of stuff behind." Dr. Nari was already walking toward the ship. "Look at this, metal. Look at these power conduits. Hyon, they think we are too primitive to understand this. But we have been studying physics and engineering for centuries. We have quantum computers and fusion reactors." "Hidden ones," Hyon said. "The public thinks we are still using rockets and oil. But the military has been developing advanced technology for 50 years. Exactly. Those aliens judged us by our public technology. They do not know about our secret projects." Hyon looked at the enormous ship. Even damaged, it was beautiful. The hull was smooth and curved in ways that seemed impossible. Lights still blinked deep inside the broken sections. This was technology beyond anything humans had built, but maybe not beyond what humans could understand. "Nari, how long would it take to study this ship? To understand it completely? Maybe 5 years. To learn how to copy the important parts? Maybe less." Minho was already climbing into one of the broken sections. "Captain, you need to see this. The power core is still working. It is putting out more energy than our biggest reactor, but it is only the size of a car. Hyon made a decision that would change everything. We are going to study this ship, all of it. But this has to be secret. If other countries learn about this, they will want it for themselves. If the aliens learn we are studying it, they might come back." "Where can we hide a 2-kilometer spaceship?" Nari asked. "The old underground bunkers in the DMZ. They were built to hide from nuclear weapons. They are big enough, and no one goes there." Dr. Nari smiled. "The aliens think we are primitive. They left us a gift and do not even know it." Over the next month, Hyon organized the biggest secret operation in Korean history. They cut the alien ship into sections and moved it piece by piece to the underground bunkers. They told the government it was a crashed satellite. They told the local people it was a military exercise. The real work began when the ship was safely hidden. Hyon assembled a team of the best engineers, physicists, and computer scientists in the country. They worked in complete secrecy, studying every part of the alien technology. "Look at this," Nari said on the first day of real research. She was holding a device the size of a phone. "This controls the artificial gravity. The mathematics behind it are incredible. But I think I understand. The basic principle." Minho was studying the engines. "These use antimatter, but in a way I have never seen. They are much safer than our theories predicted." The more they studied, the more excited they became. The aliens had been wrong. Human science was not primitive. It was different. The aliens used brute force solutions to complex problems. Humans used elegant mathematics and clever engineering. "We can not only understand this technology," Hyon told his team 6 months later, "we can improve it." The aliens had made a terrible mistake. They had given humanity the keys to the galaxy and called them too stupid to use them. Soon they would learn how wrong they had been. 5 years had passed since the alien ship crashed in the mountains. Deep underground in the Korean DMZ, Admiral Gina walked through corridors that had not existed before the crash. The old nuclear bunkers had been expanded into a massive research facility. Hundreds of the world's smartest people worked here in complete secrecy. "Show me the progress report," Gina said to Dr. Taiho, who led the propulsion research team. Taiho smiled. He was excited, like always, when he talked about the alien engines. "Admiral, we have rebuilt the antimatter drive, but our version is 3 times more efficient than the original." "How is that possible?" The aliens use crude magnetic containment. We use quantum field manipulation. Their method works, but ours works better. Gina nodded. This was the pattern they had found everywhere. The alien technology was advanced, but not elegant. It was like comparing a hammer to a precision tool. Both could drive a nail, but one was much better. In another lab, Commander Rena was testing the new control systems. She had been chosen as the test pilot because she could think faster than anyone else on the team. The alien ship's original controls required 4 hands and 2 brains working together. Rena had figured out how to do it all herself. The navigation. "Computer is online," she reported. "I can plot a course to any star system in the galaxy. The AI translator has learned 57 alien languages from the ship's memory banks." "What about weapons?" Gina asked. Rena's expression became serious. "That is where we found something disturbing. The ship's records show that Earth is marked for what they call resource extraction in 50 years. Gina felt cold. "Explain." "The aliens plan to strip mine our planet. All the metals, all the rare elements, everything. They will move humans to labor camps on other worlds. Earth will become an empty rock." "Do they know we found their ship?" "No. They think it was destroyed in the crash. They have no idea we are studying it." Engineer Borum joined them. She had been working on the weapon systems for 3 years. "Admiral, I have good news and bad news." "Give me the bad news first. The alien weapons are designed to fight other aliens. They might not work well against human technology." "And the good news?" "Human weapons work very well against alien technology. Their shields cannot stop our particle beams. Their armor cannot resist our missiles." Gina was surprised. "How do you know this?" "We found battle records in the ship's computer. The aliens have been fighting other species for thousands of years. All those species use similar technology. None of them think like humans do." This was another pattern. The aliens and their enemies all used the same approaches to problems. They had been fighting the same kind of war for centuries. Humans would fight a completely different kind of war. Dr. Nari, now the head of materials research, showed Gina the new hull sections they had created. "We combined alien metallurgy with human nanotechnology. The result is armor that can repair itself and adapt to different types of attacks." "Adapt how?" "If someone shoots it with a laser, it becomes better at stopping lasers. If someone hits it with a missile, it becomes better at absorbing explosions. It learns from every attack." The most impressive work was being done by the computer team. They had connected human quantum computers to alien data processing systems. The result was artificial intelligence that was smarter than anything either species had created alone. "Show her the tactical simulator," Taiho said to Minho, who now led the computer research. Minho activated a holographic display that filled the room. It showed a battle between human and alien fleets. The human ships were outnumbered 10 to 1, but they were winning. "How?" Gina asked. "Human tactics," Minho explained. "Aliens fight like ancient armies. They line up their ships and shoot at each other until someone wins. Humans fight like humans. We use tricks, ambushes, psychological warfare." "The alien commanders follow strict rules," added Borum. "They cannot adapt quickly when something unexpected happens. Human commanders improvise." Gina watched the simulation. The human ships moved in ways that confused the alien formation. They appeared where the aliens did not expect them. They used the aliens' own size against them. "The aliens have a weakness," Rena said. "They are too organized. Every ship has a specific role. If you destroy the command ship, the others do not know what to do." "And they are arrogant," Taiho added. "They expect enemies to fight fairly. They do not expect tricks." The research had revealed something else important. Earth was not the first planet the aliens had marked for destruction. They had done this to dozens of worlds. Species that could not defend themselves were enslaved or killed. Their planets were stripped bare. We found records of the other species. They destroyed, Nari said quietly. Billions of intelligent beings killed because they could not fight back. The aliens call it resource optimization. Gina studied the data. World after world had been consumed by the alien empire. Species with art, culture, and technology had been erased from existence, all for metal and energy that the aliens could have found on empty planets. They are not just going to destroy Earth, she realized. They are going to destroy everything that makes us human. The team had spent 5 years learning alien technology, but they had also spent 5 years learning about alien culture. The picture was not pretty. The aliens saw other species as resources to be used. They had no concept of cooperation between different kinds of beings. There is something else, Minho said. We intercepted communications from alien scout ships. They are planning something big. Not just the attack on Earth, but a major expansion. They want to control this entire arm of the galaxy. How long do we have? The invasion fleet will arrive in 45 years, but scout ships could come at any time to check on their preparations. Gina looked around at the team that had become humanity's secret weapon. Then we need to be ready for them. Show me the new ship designs. Taiho activated another holographic display. It showed a ship that was clearly based on the crashed alien vessel, but different in important ways. It was larger, sleeker, and covered with weapons that no alien had ever seen. We call it Terra's Wrath, he said. 2 years to build, if we start now. It will be 3 kilometers long, Borum added. The most powerful warship ever constructed. But it will look like a human ship, not an alien one. The aliens will underestimate it, Rena said with a smile. Just like they underestimated us. Admiral Gina made her decision. Begin construction immediately, use every resource we have, and start training pilots for the new ship. What about the government? Nari asked. Should we tell them? Not yet. The fewer people who know, the safer the secret. We will tell them when we have something to show them. Over the next 2 years, the underground facility expanded again. Secret factories built components for the new ship. The best military pilots from around the world were recruited for special training, without being told what they were training for. Commander Rena led the pilot training program. She taught them to think like humans, not like aliens. Speed, flexibility, and creativity were more important than following rules. An alien pilot will do exactly what his training tells him to do, she explained to the new recruits. A human pilot will do whatever it takes to win. Dr. Borum developed new weapons that combined human and alien technology. The results were frightening. Energy weapons that could cut through any known armor, missiles that could think for themselves, shields that turned enemy fire into power for friendly systems. Meanwhile, Minho worked on the most important system of all, stealth technology. The new ship needed to be invisible to alien sensors until it was ready to attack. Aliens look for energy signatures and metal compositions, he explained. Our ship will appear to be an asteroid until we choose to reveal ourselves. By the 7th year after the crash, Terra's Wrath was nearly complete. It was hidden in a secret shipyard built inside a hollowed-out asteroid. The ship was beautiful and terrible at the same time. Every line of its hull was designed for war. The aliens gave us the tools for our own revenge, Admiral Gina said as she watched the final systems being installed. They crashed their ship because they thought we were too primitive to matter. Now we will show them what human primitives can do. The ship's artificial intelligence came online for the first time. It spoke with a voice that sounded almost human, but with an edge that suggested vast computational power. All systems operational. Crew complement, 10,000. Mission parameters awaiting input. Mission parameters are simple, Gina told the AI. Protect Earth, protect humanity, and show the galaxy that humans are not prey. Understood. Beginning. tactical analysis of known alien fleet compositions. Terra's wrath was ready. The question now was whether humanity was ready for what came next. Captain Dayun stood on the bridge of Terra's wrath and felt the power humming beneath her feet. 3 kilometers of the most advanced warship ever built surrounded her. Every system was a perfect blend of human creativity and alien engineering. The ship was no longer hidden in the asteroid shipyard. It floated free in space, ready for its first real mission. "All stations report ready," said Lieutenant Kiwan from the tactical station. He was young but had trained on alien battle tactics for 2 years. He knew more about enemy fleet movements than most alien commanders. "Engine status?" Dayun asked. "Quantum fold drive is online," replied Chief Engineer Somin. "We can reach any star system in the galaxy in less than a day." Dayun nodded. The original alien ship would have taken weeks to travel the same distances. Human improvements to the drive system had made it incredibly fast. More importantly, it was completely silent. Alien sensors could not detect ships using quantum fold technology. Fleet Admiral Junho's voice came through the communication system. "Dayun, we have detected something on Titan. Long-range sensors show artificial structures that were not there last month." "Alien structures?" "Most likely. We think they have established a forward observation post to monitor Earth. Your mission is to investigate and neutralize any threats." Dayun smiled. This would be Terra's wrath's first real test. "Understood, Admiral. Beginning approach to Titan." The ship folded space around itself and appeared near Saturn's largest moon in seconds. What they found there made the crew angry. A small alien base sat on Titan's surface, with several ships in orbit. The aliens were definitely watching Earth, but they were also doing something else. "Captain," said Lieutenant Kiwan, studying his sensors. "They are mining operations. They are extracting resources from Titan and sending them somewhere else." "They are stealing from our solar system," Dayun said quietly. The aliens had not waited for their official invasion. They were already taking what they wanted. "Should we attack immediately?" asked Somin. "No. First we learn everything we can. Activate the Ghost Protocol." Terra's wrath became invisible to alien sensors. To anyone watching, it looked like a piece of space debris drifting slowly toward Titan. The ship's advanced stealth systems fooled every alien scanner. They watched the alien operation for 6 hours. 3 ships were loading refined metals and rare elements. A communication array was sending regular reports back to alien space. Worst of all, the aliens had captured several human space probes and were studying them. "They know more about our public technology than we thought," Kiwan observed. "They are learning from our own equipment." "How many crew on those ships?" Dayun asked. "About 50 aliens total. The base has maybe 20 more." "Any sign they know we are here?" "None. They are completely focused on their work." Dayun made her decision. "We take the base intact. I want prisoners, and I want their computers. Salmon, prepare boarding parties. Kiwan, target their communication array first. I do not want them calling for help." The attack was so fast that the aliens had no time to react. Terra's wrath dropped its stealth and fired precise energy beams that disabled the alien ships without destroying them. The communication array exploded in a shower of sparks. Within minutes, the aliens were trapped with no way to call for help. Human boarding parties teleported directly onto the alien ships and base. The aliens surrendered immediately when they saw human weapons. They had never seen anything like the armor and energy weapons that humans carried. "Bring the prisoners to the main interrogation room," Dayun ordered. "I want to know everything about their operation." The captured aliens were terrified. They had expected to encounter primitive humans, with chemical rockets and metal projectiles. Instead, they faced technology that was superior to their own. The lead alien, who called himself Monitor Zeltek, tried to maintain dignity despite his obvious fear. "You cannot be human. Humans do not have ships like this." "We are human," Dayun said calmly. "We are just not the humans you expected." This is impossible. Our surveys show you barely reached your own moon. Your surveys were wrong. We have been developing advanced technology in secret for decades. The ship you see around you is built from technology we learned from one of your crashed vessels. Zelthek's face went pale. The exploration ship that was lost 7 years ago? Lost? It crashed on Earth. Your captain decided we were too primitive to bother with. He left the wreckage behind. Captain Veltek abandoned a ship with intact technology cores? He did. We studied them. We improved them. And now we have ships that are better than yours. The interrogation revealed important information. The alien invasion was planned for 38 years in the future, not 45. The timeline had been moved up. More importantly, Earth was just one target in a massive expansion plan. The aliens intended to conquer 40 star systems in the next century. We found records of your other conquests, Dayun told Zelthek. 63 species destroyed, hundreds of billions of intelligent beings killed or enslaved. It is the natural order, Zelthek replied. The strong take from the weak. Your species will learn this. Maybe. But first, your species will learn something new. You will learn what happens when you threaten humanity. Dr. Yunji, the ship's xenobiologist, studied the captured aliens carefully. Their psychology is completely different from ours, she reported to Dayun. They cannot understand cooperation between different species. They see every interaction as dominance or submission. That explains their tactics, said Kiwan. They expect enemies to surrender when faced with superior force. They do not expect guerrilla warfare or unexpected strategies. It also explains their weakness, Dayun realized. They cannot adapt when someone fights differently than they expect. The captured alien computers contained detailed information about the alien empire, star maps, fleet compositions, base locations, and communication codes. Most importantly, they contained the locations of other species that were fighting against alien expansion. Look at this, Soman said, pointing to the star charts. There are at least 12 species currently at war with the aliens. If we could coordinate with them, we could turn this from Earth defending itself into a galactic revolution. Dayun's. Finished. Major Siok, who led the boarding teams, brought more good news. Captain, we found weapon technology in the alien base that we have never seen before. Energy shields that can deflect almost any attack. Can we adapt it to our ships? Already working on it. Give me 2 weeks and every human ship will be nearly invincible. Terra's Wrath spent the next month systematically destroying alien operations throughout the solar system. They found hidden bases on Europa, Ganymede, and several asteroids. Each base contained more intelligence about alien plans and more advanced technology to steal. The aliens never saw the attacks coming. Terra's Wrath would appear from nowhere, destroy its targets with devastating precision, and disappear before any help could arrive. The few survivors could only report that a mysterious ship with impossible technology was hunting alien forces. The psychological effect is important, Fleet Admiral Junho told Dayun during one of their regular communications. Fear spreads faster than ships in their empire. Soon, every alien commander will be looking over his shoulder. The captured alien technology allowed human scientists to make incredible advances. Dr. Borum developed new weapons that could destroy entire fleets with single shots. Engineer Soman designed engines that could move ships across the galaxy in hours instead of days. Most importantly, they learned how to build more ships like Terra's Wrath. The first ship had taken 7 years to complete, but now they could build similar vessels in 18 months. We need a fleet, Admiral Junho announced during a strategy meeting. One ship, even one as powerful as Terra's Wrath, cannot fight an entire empire. How many ships can we build? Asked Dayun. With the captured alien manufacturing systems, 200 ships within 5 years, each one more advanced than Terra's Wrath. Captain Dayun looked at the star charts showing alien territory, hundreds of systems, thousands of ships, billions of soldiers. It seemed impossible that humanity could challenge such a vast empire. But humans had advantages the aliens did not understand: creativity, adaptability, and most importantly, the ability to inspire others to fight for freedom. The captured alien. Records showed that many conquered species still remembered their independence. They were waiting for someone strong enough to lead a rebellion. We are not just building a fleet to defend Earth, Dayun realized. We are building a fleet to liberate the galaxy. The aliens had made their greatest mistake when they crashed that ship on Earth 7 years ago. They had given humanity the tools for revenge and called them too primitive to use those tools. Now humanity was about to show the galaxy what primitive humans could accomplish when they were angry enough. Captain Dayun watched the alien mining facility through Terra's Wrath's sensors. The facility floated in the asteroid belt of the Rigel system, far from Earth but close enough to threaten human interests. 50 alien ships were loading precious metals and rare elements that would eventually be used to build weapons for the invasion of Earth. "They have no idea we are here," reported Lieutenant Kiwan. The Ghost Protocol was working perfectly. To alien sensors, Terra's Wrath looked like just another piece of space rock. "How many crew members on those ships?" Dayun asked. "About 2,000 aliens total. The mining facility has another 500. Dr. Yunji, who had become an expert on alien behavior, added her analysis. "Their guard ships are in a standard defensive formation. They expect attacks to come from other alien fleets, not from unknown technology." "Admiral Wanho," Dayun said into her communicator, "we are ready to begin the operation." Admiral Wanho commanded the growing human fleet from a secret base hidden in the Kuiper Belt. In the past 2 years, humanity had built 30 ships based on the design of Terra's Wrath. Each ship was improved and more powerful than the last. "Proceed with the attack," Wanho replied. "Remember, leave one ship intact. We need survivors to spread the message." The attack began at exactly midnight, ship time. Terra's Wrath dropped its stealth and opened fire with weapons the aliens had never seen before. Beams of pure energy cut through alien armor like it was paper. Missiles that thought for themselves found the weakest points in enemy shields. The alien ships tried to fight back, but their weapons could not penetrate the human ship's adaptive armor. Every shot they fired only made Terra's Wrath stronger. Within 10 minutes, 49 alien ships were destroyed or disabled. The last ship, a command vessel, sat helpless as human boarding parties teleported aboard. Major Siok led the assault team with weapons that moved faster than alien reflexes could follow. "Surrender immediately," Siok announced in perfect alien language. "Resistance will result in your destruction." The alien commander, Admiral Zethek, stared at the humans in shock. "This cannot be happening. You are supposed to be primitives. Your technology should not exist." "Our technology exists because your people taught it to us," Dayun said as she arrived on the captured bridge. 7 years ago, one of your ships crashed on our world. Your captain left it behind because he thought we were too stupid to understand it." "Impossible. Captain Veltek would never abandon valuable technology." "He did. He called us primitives and flew away. We spent 7 years learning from his mistake." Dayun gestured to the destroyed alien fleet floating around them. "This is what primitives can do when you give them the right tools and motivation." The interrogation of Admiral Zethek revealed more details about the alien empire's plans. The invasion of Earth was just one part of a massive expansion that would double the size of alien territory. 12 species were currently fighting the aliens, but they were losing because they could not work together. "Your people fight alone," Zethek told Dayun. "Each species thinks only of saving itself. That is why we always win." "Maybe that is about to change," Dayun replied. Before leaving the Rigel system, Terra's Wrath transmitted a message on all alien communication frequencies. The message was broadcast in perfect alien language, with technical details that proved human ships were superior to alien technology. "This is Terra's Wrath, flagship of the human fleet. The species you called primitives remembers your plans for our world. We remember the 63 civilizations you have destroyed. Today, we begin to collect payment for those crimes. The message included detailed recordings of the battle, showing human weapons destroying alien ships effortlessly. It also included a promise. We are coming. Every mining operation, every military base, every symbol of your empire in this region of space will be destroyed. Tell your commanders that the primitives have learned to fight. Admiral Zethek was left alive in an escape pod with full records of the human attack. He would carry the message back to Alien High Command, spreading fear and confusion through their ranks. The next target was a major shipyard at Proxima Centauri. This facility built the heavy warships that the aliens used to conquer new systems. Destroying it would slow down the alien war machine significantly. This will be more difficult, Admiral Wanho warned during the mission briefing. The shipyard is defended by 100 ships, including 3 dreadnoughts. Can we use the same stealth approach? Asked Commander Hana, who now captained one of the newer human ships. Partially. But once we start shooting, they will call for reinforcements. We need to disable their communications quickly. Dr. Yunji had been studying alien psychology for 2 years. There is another approach. Aliens expect their enemies to attack the strongest point first. If we hit their support facilities instead, they will be confused and make mistakes. The attack on Proxima Centauri used 10 human ships in a coordinated assault. Instead of attacking the main shipyard, they hit the supply convoys, repair stations, and communication relays first. Within an hour, the aliens found themselves cut off from help and running out of ammunition. Their commanders do not know how to adapt, observed Kiwan, who had been promoted to tactical coordinator. They keep following their original battle plan even when it clearly is not working. The alien dreadnoughts were powerful but slow. Human ships danced around them, striking at weak points and disappearing before the aliens could respond. When the battle ended, the entire shipyard was destroyed, and 300 alien ships were captured or destroyed. More importantly, the humans rescued 15,000 enslaved beings from a dozen different species. These were people whose worlds had been conquered by the aliens. They had been forced to work in the shipyards under terrible conditions. We thought no one would ever challenge the alien empire, said Kelvin, a representative of the rescued prisoners. His people looked like tall, thin humans with blue skin. Your attack gives us hope that freedom is possible. Freedom is more than possible, Captain Dayun told the rescued prisoners. We are going to liberate every world the aliens have conquered, but we need your help. The rescued beings provided detailed information about alien operations throughout the galaxy. They knew which systems had the strongest defenses, which species were still fighting for independence, and which alien commanders were most dangerous. There is a slave labor camp in the Vega system, Kelvin explained. 5 million beings from 20 species work there. The aliens use them to build weapons and ships. That is our next target, Admiral Wanho decided. The liberation of the Vega labor camp was the largest human operation yet. 50 human ships attacked simultaneously, overwhelming the alien defenses before they could react. The rescue of 5 million enslaved beings created a propaganda victory that spread throughout the galaxy. Each rescued species brought knowledge about other alien operations. The humans learned about secret bases, hidden fleets, and advanced alien weapons projects. More importantly, they learned which species were ready to join a rebellion against the alien empire. The Korani have been fighting the aliens for 50 years, explained Dr. Yunji. They have developed guerrilla tactics that are very effective. If we can supply them with human weapons, they could become our allies, Dayun finished, along with the other species that want to be free. The human fleet grew rapidly as more species joined the alliance. The Korani contributed fast attack ships. The Belvec provided advanced sensors. The Thanex shared their knowledge of alien weak points. We are no longer just defending Earth. Admiral Wanho announced during a fleet meeting. "We are leading a galactic revolution." The aliens tried to adapt to human tactics, but they were too rigid in their thinking. They increased patrols, but human ships were too fast and stealthy to catch. They built stronger defenses, but human weapons were too advanced to stop. Worst of all for the aliens, the fear was spreading. Every attack by human forces was followed by uprisings on conquered worlds. Species that had been enslaved for generations suddenly remembered how to fight. "Their empire is built on the idea that resistance is hopeless," observed Dr. Yunji. "When people see that the aliens can be defeated, they start believing in freedom again." Captain Dayun stood on the bridge of Terra's Wrath and looked at the Yaki star charts showing human operations. Red marks indicated alien facilities that had been destroyed. Blue marks showed liberated worlds. Green marks represented new allies who had joined the rebellion. The galaxy was changing. The alien empire that had seemed invincible was beginning to crack. Species that had been enemies for centuries were working together against their common oppressor. "Admiral," reported Kiwan, "we are receiving surrender requests from 3 alien outposts. They want to negotiate." "Tell them we do not negotiate with slavers," Dayon replied. "They can surrender unconditionally or be destroyed. Those are their only choices." The message was clear throughout the galaxy. The humans and their allies would accept nothing less than complete victory. The age of alien dominance was ending, and the age of galactic freedom was about to begin. Fleet Admiral Junho stood in the command center of humanity's fist, the largest warship ever built. Around him, holographic displays showed the positions of 200 human ships and their 500 allied vessels from 30 different species. Today was the day that would decide the fate of the galaxy. "All fleets report ready," announced Captain Dayon from Terra's Wrath. Her ship had grown famous throughout the galaxy as the vessel that started the rebellion. Songs were sung about it on liberated worlds. "Alien fleet composition?" Junho asked. "Commander." Hana, now leading the intelligence division, activated the tactical display. "Emperor Velketh has gathered every remaining ship in his empire. 4,800 vessels, including 50 dreadnoughts and the Imperial flagship Dominator." The alien empire that once controlled 50,000 ships had been reduced to less than 5,000 through 3 years of constant warfare. Human tactics and superior technology had destroyed alien fleets faster than they could be replaced. "What about the liberated species?" asked Junho. 1,200 worlds have declared independence," Hana reported. "Most have their own defense, fleets now. The aliens cannot reconquer them without leaving their core systems undefended." Dr. Yunji, now the head of alien studies, added her analysis. "Emperor Velketh is desperate. Our intelligence suggests he has ordered the construction of planet killer weapons. If he cannot rule the galaxy, he plans to destroy it." "Then we end this today," Junho decided. "All fleets, begin the final assault." The human fleet folded space and appeared simultaneously around 12 alien core worlds. The aliens had expected humanity to attack their homeworld directly. Instead, the humans struck everywhere at once, forcing the aliens to divide their remaining forces. Captain Dayun commanded the assault on the alien homeworld. Terra's Wrath led a fleet of 50 ships against the strongest defenses in the galaxy. The planet was protected by massive orbital stations, thousands of defense platforms, and the Imperial fleet itself. "Emperor Velketh's flagship is moving to intercept us," reported Lieutenant Kiwan, who had become Terra's Wrath's executive officer. The Dominator was 3 times larger than any human ship. It had enough firepower to destroy entire fleets and armor that had never been penetrated. In any normal battle, it would have been invincible. But this was not a normal battle. Human ships did not fight like alien ships. "Begin the swarm protocol," Dayun ordered. 50. Human ships spread out and began moving in complex patterns around the alien flagship. They were too small and fast for the massive ship's weapons to track effectively. While the Dominator tried to target one ship, 10 others would strike from different angles. Their shields are adapting to our weapons, reported Major Seok, who now served as Terra's Wrath's tactical officer. Switch to kinetic bombardment, Daeun replied. Let us see how their shields handle old-fashioned rocks thrown at light speed. Human ships began firing metal projectiles accelerated to incredible speeds. The alien shields, designed to stop energy weapons, could not handle physical impacts at such velocities. Chunks of the Dominator's armor began breaking away. Emperor Velketh himself appeared on the communication screen. He was larger than most aliens, with scars covering his gray skin and hatred burning in his black eyes. Primitive mammals, he snarled. You think you have won? I will destroy every world in this galaxy before I allow you to rule it. We do not want to rule anything, Daeun replied calmly. We want to free everything you have enslaved. Freedom is chaos. Order requires control. Your species will learn. This when I activate the planet killers. Your planet killers were destroyed 6 hours ago, Daeun informed him. Commander Hana led a strike force that eliminated your secret weapons before this battle began. Velketh's expression changed from anger to shock. Impossible. Those facilities were hidden. Hidden from other aliens, perhaps. But human intelligence gathering is superior to alien technology. We have been watching your empire for 3 years. We know about every secret base, every hidden fleet, every contingency plan. The battle around the alien homeworld raged for 12 hours. Human ships used tactics that the aliens had never seen before. They attacked from inside gas clouds, used gravity wells as weapons, and turned the aliens' own orbital defenses against each other. The Dominator fought desperately, but it was designed to battle other massive ships in direct combat. Against 50 smaller, faster opponents using unconventional tactics, it was helpless. Piece by piece, the great ship was torn apart. Emperor, Daeun transmitted, as the Dominator's main guns went silent. I offer you the same choice you gave, to 63 other species. Surrender and live as our prisoners, or die with your ship. I am Emperor of 1,000 worlds, Velketh replied. I do not surrender to animals. Then you die as the Emperor of nothing. Terra's Wrath fired its main weapon, a concentrated beam of pure energy that cut through the Dominator's remaining armor like paper. The alien flagship exploded in a flash of light that could be seen from the planet's surface. With their Emperor dead and their flagship destroyed, the alien fleet began to surrender. Some tried to flee, but human ships were faster. Others fought to the death, but human weapons were superior. Within 6 hours, the alien empire's last military force was defeated. On the planet below, alien civilians watched their world's orbital defenses fall one by one. But instead of the destruction they expected, they received a transmission from Admiral Junho. People of the alien homeworld, the message said in perfect alien language. Your empire is defeated, but you are not our enemies. Any who wish to live in peace will be protected. Any who choose to continue the fight will be destroyed. The response was surprising. Millions of aliens, tired of endless war and brutal leadership, welcomed the human victory. They had been oppressed by their own empire almost as much as the conquered species had been. Dr. Yunji led the team that established temporary governments on the former alien worlds. Most of these people have never known anything except authoritarian rule, she explained to Admiral Junho. They need to learn what freedom means. Can they learn? Junho asked. Humans learned. Every species can learn, given the chance. The final surrender came 3 days after the battle for the homeworld. The remaining alien commanders, scattered across the galaxy, agreed to human terms rather than face continued warfare. The terms were simple. All conquered species would be given complete independence. All enslaved beings would be freed immediately. The alien empire would be reduced to their homeworld and 3 nearby systems, under human monitoring. Any attempt to rebuild their military would result in their complete destruction. "What about revenge?" asked Captain Dayun during the peace negotiations. "Your empire killed billions of innocent beings. Many species want justice for those crimes." The alien negotiator, General Corvin, looked tired and defeated. "What justice would satisfy the crimes of millennia? We know we cannot undo what was done." "No, you cannot," Dayun agreed. "But you can spend the rest of your existence making sure it never happens again. Your people will work to rebuild the worlds you destroyed. Your scientists will share their knowledge freely. Your historians will record the truth about what your empire did. And if we refuse, then your species joins the 63 others that your empire erased from existence." The choice was simple: redemption or extinction. General Corvin signed the surrender documents with shaking hands. 10 years later, Captain Hyon, now an old man with gray hair, stood in a museum built around the original crashed alien ship. Children from a dozen different species ran through the exhibits, learning about the war that freed the galaxy. "Grandfather," asked a human child, "why did the aliens think we were primitive?" Hyon smiled. "Because they confused technology with intelligence, child. They had better ships, but we had better ideas." "What kind of ideas?" "The idea that different species could work together. The idea that freedom is worth fighting for. The idea that being primitive just means you have more room to grow." The crashed alien ship still sat in its place of honor, a monument to the mistake that changed galactic history. A simple plaque beside it read, "They called us primitive. We called it a head start." Terra's Wrath now served as the flagship of the Galactic Freedom Fleet, protecting newly independent worlds and keeping the peace between former enemies. Captain Dayun, promoted to Admiral, continued to explore the galaxy, but now she searched for new civilizations to befriend rather than enemies to fight. The galaxy had learned an important lesson. Technology without wisdom led to oppression. Strength without compassion led to cruelty. But intelligence combined with determination could overcome any odds. Humanity had started as the species that was too primitive to matter. They had become the species that taught the galaxy what freedom meant. The aliens had given them the tools for revenge, but humans had chosen to use those tools for liberation instead. In the end, perhaps that was what made them truly advanced.